Alright, let's do this, everybody. It's now January the 31st. It's about 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And we're going to take a look at the market very quickly to see what's been going on. Going to keep it fairly short, sweet, and to the point. So right now we're seeing red all across the board. We're seeing Bitcoin SV, almost a double-digit drop. Ethereum Classic, almost a double-digit drop as well. Dash is taking quite a bit of a hit right now. Hope you guys have been extremely cautious lately. There's been a lot of volatility, of course. And the most important thing to exercise is caution. And by the way, don't mind my hair today. Still waiting for my lady to finish up so I can actually go get ready. We got a lot of plans today, birthday events, and a little bit of shopping for the birthday as well. Bitcoin dominance 62 or 66.2%, fairly decent. Volume has definitely been picking up overall for the past few weeks, as you've noticed here. See the volume there, 19, 22, 28, 34, 30, 32, and today's fairly consistent as well, around the $30 billion range for 24-hour volume. Looking pretty good across the board. Market cap, 255 billion. Can't wait for us to get over the $300 billion market cap again. That would be extremely beautiful. As for the update for my revised Course 1 and Course 2, once again, it's not going to be entirely different. It's just going to be refilmed and updated with more examples that can help you. And I hope that you guys are showing interest in it. This is Course 1. You're welcome to take a look at the syllabus and pause it here. This is the Course 2 syllabus. It's gotten quite a bit of good reviews, and I am available to reply on Twitter when you do have any questions that will come up. Welcome to pause it here. And Course 3 comes with it for free if you get 1 and 2 combined. It's going for 190 American right now. When my updated one is released, you guys will get access to Courses 1 and 2 for absolutely free. Those that purchased it on Udemy, and those that got it through crypto, I have a conversation, of course, of the messages on either Instagram or on Twitter, and you guys can just message me. I'll make it very verbal, and I will tweet it. That make sure that everybody knows, and once it's out, you can contact me, and you'll get the updated version. I think that'll be pretty sweet when I'm done it. So just check it out. The Ethereum and the Bitcoin address is below. Just send it there, show me the screenshot, and we're good to go. And I'll give you guys a download link. So let's get into this technical analysis. The month is near an end. We're getting a massive bounce right now above the 21 EMA. Looks really good. Lots of wicks poking to the upside. And clearly we've reached the resistance right now, right around there. And I'm guessing that was since August or July. Okay, so this resistance is going to be fairly hard to penetrate in my personal opinion. It's going to take some time, definitely. So some of it got a lot higher, right, to 10.5-ish. But overall in the monthly, that's where I see the resistance at, which is roughly right here where we are now. Or you can even say around 95.50 ranges, 9600 range. The weekly as well is now giving a curvature to the upside where we are getting a a convex type of shape going to the upside. Looking pretty decent. Now what I want to know is how many weeks are we going to be bullish for? The daily is very bearish, okay? This is the simple setup right here for a downtrend. You got the fast moving average, that's the 26, and then you get a crossover coming down once. This is the 12 moving average, and then you get a crossover back to the upside, and then you get one more to the downside. Right here is where I would consider it bearish, when we start to cross over and when we start to get a histogram for maybe 1 or 2 days in a row. So once again, see the crossover once there, see the crossover back, and now we're waiting for a third crossover to the downside. That's going to show a possible trend reversal for the time being. Now don't get me wrong, we can still skyrocket upwards, right? Yeah, so I was right about the October resistance, right around exactly where we are at now. 95.50, we got to 95.50 exactly yesterday on the nose, and then the bearish pressure started to come in. Let's take a look at the short table right now. Short table is at 8,000. It's been racking up hard for the past few days. Actually, the whole month it's been racking up to the 8,000. And keep in mind that the BTC longs, they're from people holding, of course, for longer term as well. Longs are starting to rack up a little bit at 36 or 33,000. So we've got ourselves a ratio of about 4-to-1 of longs to shorts right now. On the daily EMA, we're seeing it sandwiched between these two particular regions. Excuse me there. I'm not going to be too long for this video. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page right now. My accuracy rate has been through the roof, if you guys have noticed, okay? So let's go over the crossover once again, just for the people that might have missed it last time. This right here is what you call a death cross, okay? This is the death cross. Actually, let's go all the way back. Actually, no, this is perfect. A death cross is where you get the white moving average that goes from high to low, where the 200 moving average ends up resisting all of it. You got the 200, 55, 13, or sorry, 21, 13, and the 8 coming to the downside. So the highest one's at the top. And then for a golden crossover, what we get is where it goes from low to high now. And the 200 moving average is actually supporting all of it from the bottom. Low there, low there, low there. See that? 200, 55, 21, 13, and then the 8 moving average. If you had bought it near the breakout there and you anticipate a crossover, say around $200-300, you wouldn't have sold it till far into the future. You could have sold it right as you anticipated. This massive drop, you could have even sold it at $10,000. And people would argue, well, I could have sold it higher. Yes, you could have, but then you also could have sold it at $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, right? So when you're getting a really high like that with ultra high RSI, it can be a signal for you to start selling. Some people even utilize the strategy as, hey, maybe it's not going to death cross back and we're just going to trend to the upside. So they end up selling it around $8,000 instead, or even right here, even $6,000, $7,000, right? Better than selling at $1,000 or $2,000. So the EMA strategy just guarantees that you can hold it as long as possible. You're not going to always get the highest high to sell it at, but at least you're going to come very close. So the daily is looking very nice right now, where we got a chance to do a golden crossover right here. If we do get a chance to do a golden crossover, hallelujah. It's going to be beautiful. So I'm looking at this in many ways right now. Let's see which is the high, okay? I'm going to draw 3 little boxes, and I'm going to compare the height to each one, okay? So we know that that's the range of wave 1, okay? So now let's compare it. Hold down control, click on here, drag it, and then drop it. And then we say to ourselves, all right, well, wave 1 is actually higher than wave 3. And then now we say to ourselves, let's compare wave 3, if this is wave 3, to this wave right there, which is higher. We say to ourselves, okay, well, that looks pretty good. Wave 3 is definitely bigger than that 5th wave there. So we can say to ourselves, wave 1 is the highest, okay? Wave 1 is the highest, as you can see here. Wave 2 is the second, or wave 3 is the second highest, and wave 5 is the smallest, if that were the actual case. So now let's deduce much of this. Isn't that beautiful, folks? A chance to get a golden crossover. But the RSI is really worrying me right now, and so also the histogram. We see the RSI barely getting a higher high, which is worrisome. Going to the 4-hour chart now. We want to see if this curvature is going to come to the upside, okay? So is the curvature going to do something like this? If it does, we're going to be very, very, very happy. That will come back up, okay? And then the blue line goes like this, where now we curve back up, and then of course we wait for that crossover on the 4-hour right over here for it to downtrend. I'm currently not in any swing or day trading positions for the time being. So playing it on the 4-hour chart, we can say to ourselves that, hey, well, let's just see if we can get a parallel channel anywhere in here. Assume parallelity, it's a good rule in my personal opinion. Okay, I don't know if we're actually going to make one more break to the upside. If we do, that would be pretty marvelous. So I've been looking at a lot of this, okay? I mean, this is a possibility as well if I go to the daily on an Elliott wave perspective. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that quite yet. Let's go to the daily, and now let's demarcate some of these specific regions. like that. Okay. Just trying to make it as nicely as it can. We see the bounces all above this particular channel. Bounce, 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 bounce. Then we finally broke out of it, right? I mean, if we take a look at like this as well, it's pretty obvious that we broke out of it. We had some resistance here at the top, of course, but eventually it just ended up flying to the outside, which looked fantastic. So now the question is, are we going to get a bounce? If we do, I am hoping for a bounce around $8,200-ish range. Okay, that would be my ideal scenario for a bounce, right around 8,200. So then if we look at it from the perspective of Elliott wave, there's many possibilities. There could be this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. Let's go to minor. Let's add the waves in there. Yeah, that could absolutely be a possible one there. And this one here subdivides fairly nicely, in my opinion. But not that nice, where that's wave 1, 2. That could even be an A, B, C in there. That could be in 3. That could be a 4. And that's a huge 5. Which is pretty ugly, in my opinion. I don't like that count whatsoever. Therefore, I'm going to end up counting it like this instead, okay? So could this even be considered a channel when we ask ourselves it? Yeah, definitely possible, okay? I'm kind of digging this. And the reason why I like this a lot is because... Actually, sorry, this is my mistake here, okay? If I would probably say there's a 4 somewhere for the 8,200 range there, and there's a 5 still going somewhere to the upside. If this is now my main count, I believe. And the reason why is because wave 3 is not the longest there, but it is longer than wave 5, and because it's longer than wave 5, I can easily call this one my minor, or my let's do it to the minor scale there, or minute rather. Okay, this seems to make more sense because, well, wave 3 is longer than wave 5, but wave 5 is shorter than all of them, so it's actually the shortest wave. So if this was the right count there, we would be taking a Fibonacci range from end of wave 2 to the end of wave 5 right here, and then we say to ourselves, well, there's a really good likelihood that we're going to get a bounce, not only above this particular, because remember here, what was formerly a resistance is now an actual support, okay? So if that is the resistance before, it's now a support. And then we would be bouncing off of that parallel channel that has been formed for how many days now? Like a long time, I forget. A really long time, okay? So we're talking about like 200 plus days. So if that is my indeed wave 1, that's beautiful, because then we will bounce above this previous resistance that is now a support. Not only that, we would be falling right below to the wave 4 the subwave 4 territory within wave 3, and also above the wave 1 territory as well. So then we extend it outwards like this, and we say to ourselves, bam, this is a possible 382 Fibonacci range, and between 0.5 as well. So is that a possible support? Absolutely. I think it is a possible support there, where it's between 0.382 and also 0.5 right here. Looks pretty good to me. That has to be my main count. So on the bullish side, okay guys, the bullish side is this. The bullish side is that we break above this resistance right here, but we're not going to get that much higher, to be quite honest, okay? And then we stay in this parallel channel, and then we probably get up to maybe 10K at most, maybe 9,700 at most. But either way, if we just look at how it's trending based on the price action, it looks like it could possibly get up to 10,000, right? Just based on how everything is forming thus far. wow, it makes like basically an exact $10,000 mark right there. And then if we were to get to that $10,000 range, we're looking at basically just breaching this support or this resistance right here just by a little bit, or this particular one right here rather. Okay, so this is my main count. On the bullish side, we're simply looking at a possible $10,000 target, but I don't know, once again, right? Because then we'd be falling below some EMAs. Oh, sorry, we're staying above some EMAs. Okay, so if that's the case, 10K is the range. On the bear side, we simply break out of this channel and we trend all the way back down to possibly 8,200, but we would need to break this right here first. We would need to break below about $9,140-ish dollars. Okay, so once again on the bullish side, we break above 90, where we are now, 95.50, and we simply just shoot for $10,000 right up to the sky. And then on the bear side, we break below $9,150 and we trend back down to around 82.25, 8,500 range. So those are my quick thoughts for the day. I got to give you guys an update later tonight. I'm a little bit too busy today, planning some birthday stuff. Gonna be spending time with the wifey. Gonna go to eat dinner, lunch as well. We just gotta go shopping, etc. So anyways, I'll give you guys my thoughts later tonight if I have time. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. And to be quite honest, I don't know if today's going to be the last day or not where you guys can still purchase the Udemy courses. So go back to the beginning of the video if you'd like and just take a look at the syllabus. If you're interested in it, my Ethereum and my Bitcoin address is below. People have said that it's one of the best courses they've ever taken. That's equal to over a $4,000, $5,000 course, if not even better. And when my updated ones are out, you guys will get it for free for courses 1 and 2, and I'll notify you on Twitter by tweeting. And anybody who has access to Udemy will just get a completely new upload that will be there for you to access as you please. And you can also get a hard copy of it for the people that have purchased it by crypto. So other than that, have yourselves a great day. Mama Whale's got to go out for a little bit. Thank you very much for always showing love and support in these videos, and have yourselves a phenomenal day. Bye now.